Alright, now welcome to the fourth lesson on earth science. We are going to be looking at ways that we can conserve water either at home, in the community, or in our school. Okay, now we know that water is a liquid substance that is very important to living things. Without water, plants and animals can't survive. Without water, you and I can't survive because our body is made up of 70% of water. So we need water always. Okay. Now our body loses some of the water when we sweat, when we urinate, when we defecate, or even when we breathe, we lose water. In order for our body to function well, we must always make sure that we drink enough water. Before we drink water, we must make sure the water is clean and it is of good quality. Now, how can we know that the water that we are drinking or we are about to drink is clean and of good quality? So, for us to know, there are certain things we should look out for. Now, first of all, we should look out for taste. Okay, water does not have any taste. So if you are drinking something that has taste, be it salty, be it sugary, be it sour, be it bitter, be it sweet, whatever, that means that thing is not water, because water is not supposed to have taste. Now the second thing is that good drinking water has no particles in it. So if you are drinking water and you see some impurities or particles or some dirt in it, it means the water is what? Not clean. Also, it has no germs. We may not see germs with our naked eyes, but we should make sure that the water that we are drinking has nothing like germs or impurities in it. Now, good drinking water does not smell. Okay, so if you are drinking water and it has some sort of smell, it means the water is not safe for drinking. Lastly, good drinking water has no color. If you are drinking water and the water is brown, then it's tea. It's not water. It will be Milo drink or something. But water has no color. It is clear. It has no color. It is not white. It is not brown. It is not yellow. Nothing. It is clear. It has no color. So let's take note of these things before we drink something else into our system to make us sick. Okay. Now, since we have seen how the type of water we should drink, let us look at ways that we can make water clean for drinking. Now, you may get to a place where there is not good drinking water and you may need water to drink. How can you make the water clean and safe for drinking? Okay, so you can make water clean and safe by sedimentation, by boiling, by filtering, addition of alum. Okay, all these ways are ways by which we can make water safe for use. So let's look at them one after the other. When we talk about sedimentation, it's a method of purifying water. Okay, so in this process, what happens is that the dirty water is allowed to stand for some time. So you keep the water in a container, let it be there for some time. Then after a while, you realize that the particles or the things that made the water dirty is going to settle at the bottom of the container. Okay, it will settle at the bottom of the container. When that happens, you gently pour the water from the first container into another container. Gently pour it so that the dirt and beneath is not going to mix again with the clear water above. Okay, so we are going to look at a picture of how it is done on our next slide. Yes, so you realize that when you look at the picture, they have, for the purpose of the experiment, they have colored the water and then the particles or the impurities. So you realize that the water is blue and then the dirt is yellow beneath it. So you gently pour the water from the first container into another container gently, so that the dirt beneath is not going to mix with the clean water. And this process is called decantation. It is known as decantation. So the process of pouring out the clear water and leaving the particles behind is referred to as decantation. Another method of making water clean is boiling. Now, boiling is another method we can use to purify our water. So in this process, we put a pot of dirty water on fire and allow it to boil for some time. After a while, the water is lifted from the fire and allowed to cool. As the water cools, all the dirty particles settle at the bottom. So once the dirty particles settle at the bottom, we go back to our decantation. Okay. So we are boiling our water. Once it's finished boiling, we put it down, allow it to cool, then we go back to our decantation. Alright. Filtration is also another method by which solid particles are removed from water. So in filtration, what you do is that you put a filter in one container. Okay, so you pour the water that has the dirty particles into another container through the filter. Okay, you pour it through the filter, so all the dirty particles are going to remain in the filter, and then the water beneath is going to be clean and then what, safe for use. The last is addition of alum. So like in the other processes, once the water is dirty and you want it to be clean for use, you pour an amount of alum into it, allow it to sit for a while, then you go on to do your decantation. Okay, go on to do your decantation. Very simple. Now, activities in the house or our home that require the use of water include cooking, washing either clothes, utensils, car, or cleaning the house. We use it to water our garden. What else? So what are some of the ways that we can use water wisely at home and in the community? Now, it is important for us to conserve treated water supplied to our homes and communities. Okay, so simply when we say conserve water, it simply means that use water wisely in order to avoid wastage. So if you know that you can bath, you are going to take a liter of water to bath, don't take two liters to the bathhouse. Okay, so that you waste the other liter. Take the one that you know it is going to be enough for you. Okay, so below are the do's and don'ts in order to conserve water. So we don't have to leave our taps running when we are not using it. We have to wash our clothes in bulk and not in bits. You have to you don't have to leave the tap running while brushing your teeth. Okay, so when you're going to brush your teeth, take your cup or your glass, fetch the water. Don't go and open the tap and let it run while you are brushing. You are not attending to the water yet, but the water is flowing and it's going to waste. So finish brushing your teeth before you open the tap, or better still, use a cup or a glass to fetch some water to brush your teeth. We should also wash our cooking utensils directly under running water. You fetch them into a bowl, then you wash the utensils in the bowl. Okay, now when you see a broken pipeline or tap in the community, you must immediately report to your parents. Okay, then your parents will also inform the right people to get it fixed. Okay, so this is how we can conserve water in the environment. I hope you're going to adhere to this so that we can all avoid wasting treated water. Okay, all right, so I'm going to bring you another lesson on earth science. Don't go anywhere, keep staying with me. I'll see you soon.